It's me, Carly, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to get regulars with online teaching. So, in case this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, I work for 51 Talk and it is an online teaching platform. What is a regular? A regular is someone who regularly books classes from you. And why are regulars important? Regulars are extremely important because you work as a freelance independent contractor for 51 Talk or whatever online platform. And they don't just give you students, okay? You have to do a good job, and it's for the students to decide if they want to book a class with you or someone else. So, in order to really have stable income and to have a general idea of how many classes you'll have, you need to have regulars, people who book classes from you on a daily basis, maybe once or twice a month. They're extremely important, okay? So I've been working for 51 Talk for about 10 months, but I took off 2 whole months at one point, and I lost all of my regulars pretty much. I've worked as a beginning teacher twice now, and this is what I did to get people to book classes with me. First of all, I opened up a lot of slots, and not at random times, at the same times every day, and not just like one day in advance. I opened up for a whole week, the same times every day, okay? And I would just, wake up and I'd go back to sleep if I didn't have anyone book a class for me. And then I have an alarm set so that I'd wake up periodically in case anyone booked a class with me. It's extremely important that if you have a slot open, you look and you check even 10 minutes before the class is supposed to start, because people can book classes from you, I think, 10 minutes before the start time of the class, okay? So it's risky to miss a class, because at least with 51 Talk, they charge you a penalty fee if you miss a class with a student, and it's a pretty steep fee. So don't miss a class, okay? If you open up a whole bunch of slots, pay attention and make sure none of them get booked. Okay, so I did that. That was the first thing I did that helped me get some people interested in taking classes with me. Okay, so I hooked them in by opening a lot of slots, okay? Then I made sure I had good equipment. I had wonderful internet. My internet was on point. I mean, you can only do so much with your internet speed. One thing you can do is try to plug in the actual cord from the router into your computer. That will make your Wi-Fi, your internet more stable, okay? Another thing as far as equipment is making sure you have good lighting. Make sure they can see your face. Try not to have clutter and distracting things in the background. Make sure that the microphone that you use is good. I don't really use the kind of microphone we're supposed to use that comes out from the headpiece. Mine is just a part of the headphones, but this headset works really well. It cancels out noise, and my students can hear me clearly. So that's probably something super important when trying to get regulars to think about. Make sure you have good equipment. Okay. Another thing you need to remember is to actually engage your student. And what I mean by that is saying their name. Remember your student's name. Good job, Billy. Way to go, Billy. I say my student's name all the time throughout the lesson, okay? That makes them feel more at ease with you, okay? You need to try to remember who has actually booked a class from you before. I look at the lesson memos and scan for my name. Make sure that I have never given them a lesson before. Otherwise, when I start the lesson, I say, "Hi, my name is Carly. What's your name? Nice to meet you." If I've already had the student before, I don't ask them their name again. I say, "Good to see you again, Billy. So happy to see you," okay? Think about when you meet someone in real life. How do you feel when they forget your name or they forget they met you? Okay, so try to remember your students' names and say their name, engage them, make them feel like you care, even if you don't. I mean, I care about my students, but Even if you don't care, make them feel like you care, engage them, okay? Which leads me to another important point, is to leave good quality lesson memos. Sometimes I read other teachers' lesson memos and I'm like, what? I can't believe you just wrote, "It was nice to meet you," in a lesson memo. That's not giving the student any kind of feedback. Give them some feedback about the lesson. I like to make a sandwich. First, I say something nice. I use a word like, "Wow, fantastic, wonderful, great job, Billy!" Exclamation point. Then I say something nice that they did in the lesson. "I really like how you repeated the words after me." Then I say something they could improve on. Try to practice saying the S sound at the end of words like tomatoes or cats. Okay? Then maybe I give them a little homework. For homework, read and listen to the story again. And then I say something nice again. "Thanks for staying very focused throughout the lesson. Keep up the good work." And if I like them and I want them to be a regular, I say, "I hope to see you again soon." Okay? That's me personal, okay? You can write whatever you want, but just try to actually give them some feedback and say something nice to them in the lesson memo. Maybe the student doesn't understand everything you wrote, but their parents might, and they might use a translator to find out. Or maybe they don't even read it at all, but it's just something that literally can take you 2 minutes, 1 minute to write, okay? So some people, they just keep a whole bunch of lesson memos, and they just copy and paste what they write for every student. That's okay, but you need to try to personalize what you write, okay? Another thing you need to do in order to get regulars is to praise them. "Good job, Billy. Way to go. I'm so happy with your progress." Give the student praise throughout the lesson. I mentioned this before in another video, but it's great to use props, okay? Little kids, they love puppets. They love them. They're like, "Oh my God, it's a pig." So use props if you can. That puppet was like €1.50, which is like less than $2, and I use it like all the time. Okay? If you have a musical instrument like a guitar or a ukulele or a recorder, that would be great to incorporate in the lesson sometimes. Kids love that. Be fun and silly. Remember, you are a scary foreigner speaking some crazy garbage language. They don't know what you're talking about sometimes, so try to smile and be silly. Tim, okay? Be fun and silly. They're kids, okay? If they're older, like 10, 11, 12, okay, back off. Like, don't overdo it with them. But with the little kids, try to be approachable, be fun and engaging with them, okay? You can send pictures. I love to screenshot things and send them to the kids. I started that because the actual application for 5-1 Talk, on my computer, I have a Mac. I don't know. The stars, when I try to send the stars, they don't always work. So I started screenshotting cool pictures of stars and sending them, and the kids love them. So I think that's something that might set me apart from other teachers, because the kids save the stars and they send them back to me sometimes, and they ask me about them, and they seem like a little disappointed when I just send the regular stars. So you could try to do the same thing. You could screenshot stars, like interesting looking stars or other interesting pictures. I send other interesting pictures sometimes too, if I know what the kids like. Like, I have one boy, he loves Bruce Lee. So I screenshotted a whole bunch of cool pictures of Bruce Lee. I know another girl, she loves princesses, so I screenshotted a whole bunch of pictures of princesses. So I say like 1 star, and then I send the picture of the princess, okay? But you have to be kind of good with computers to do that fast and not take up too much time with the lesson, okay? Remember, you have to use TPR. TPR is another way to get regulars. Using TPR helps kids, helps adults, helps anybody when learning another language. I know toots toots, That means rabbit in Chinese. And I don't know any Chinese, but I remember because the TPR helped me remember, okay? Something else you can do is try to share bits about your life. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing with them. I mean, I don't tell them anything super, super personal, but I do say, like, oh, I live in Florida, and I've related to the kids like that. So, whatever you want to share, I don't even really live in Florida all the time, but okay, so whatever you want to tell them, but I think that makes them relate more to you when you tell them about your life. But again, do not overshare, okay? And also just remember that the kids are one part of the the actual customer. The other part of the customer is their parents, and their parents want them to go over these lessons. They want you to help the kids learn English, and all of the lessons are recorded, so presumably all the parents, they can watch the lesson. So remember that when you're giving the lesson and the kid is trying to talk to you about something like totally off topic, you can maybe talk to them about it a little bit and then try to steer it back to the lesson. But like I said, everybody's different. Some parents, they might like that you are just talking to the kid. They don't care so much about the lesson, but I try to keep it on task with the lesson, okay? So really depends on the parents. Parents want different things. You can't make everybody happy. And I think one of the most important things when you're getting regulars is just to be you. If you copy and do everything that I'm telling you, then maybe you're gonna be more like me and be doing things that you don't really want to do. These are just suggestions and ideas to help you learn what someone else does to get regulars. But you can do whatever you want. There are plenty of other things people use, like Manicam, and some people they like send messages through QQ to their students to be like, hey, I'm opening up slots and you can book classes with me. I don't do any of that. I don't even have an intro video. An intro video was a great way to get people to start booking lessons with you and to get regulars. But I don't even have an intro video. So there's so much you can do to get regulars. These are just some things I do, and I feel like I'm pretty successful. I have a lot of regulars, and so I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you like it, please give it a like. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to make more videos to help people get classes with 5 on Talk and be good teachers. And you can ask me any questions and I will try to answer. All right, well, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Bye.